teams in the world. These guys definitely know each other super well. I mean, look at these bans coming out right away. We have a complete different switch around coming out from the other game, but one hero does stay similar in the bans, at least that we've been seeing in like the popularity. Is the Death Prophet.
I was going to say it must be someone in China that these teams. We saw it from IGV. We're seeing it from, as you said, these two already in this first series.
I know.
And it's a hero. I feel like the rest of the world doesn't really play. I wouldn't expect to see too much from some of the other teams.
I mean, we haven't really even... The thing is that we don't really see these teams too often, and they haven't played in... I mean, most of these teams haven't played in about a month, so people are definitely learning stuff from scrims and just seeing who's strong with what. I know OP does really like the Death Prophet. I know the Chinese teams also super heavily favor the Nyx Assassin and the Night Stalker still. The Lich is also the other one that's very questionable. I mean, I haven't seen much Lich. I don't really know a whole lot about the hero. I know there's a couple being played in the other games, but... So right away, we see the Nyx coming out for IG, first pick, and NEWBEE responds with Shadow Shaman and the Venomancer.
Got the mark there, bringing those two out. No hesitations at all.
The double wards coming out, Shadow Shaman, Veno. Good to siege.
It's pretty nasty. Yeah. I kind of hope this doesn't become a thing, the Veno and the Shaman. I mean, you say you think the Shaman's going to be kind of the hero of the tournament.
I think Shaman's going to be the hero of the tournament.
One of them at least.
I mean,
Shaman's alright, but Venomancer is a little depressing.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, we're day one. This is TI. Things are going to start. We're going to have a complete revolution of picks probably toward the end of it. We're going to see our Brood Mothers. We'll see our Visages. Big popular heroes that we've seen along the pub scene at least. So we'll see what comes out. But as of this comes out, this is more that we've been able to see, at least from a majority of teams.
Yeah.
These like three big kind of heroes, and then like Clockworks and stuff, and Night Stalkers and Earthshakers.
Would you imagine this is going to be a safe lane Veno from NEWBEE rather than the lane? I mean...
Seems like it would be more something that Mugi would play, that UU9. I guess he's using Mugi now for this.
Oh yeah,
instead
it
of
was between
triple
the two
U9.
tags before, wasn't it? Yeah,
so we'll just be calling him Mugi.
He's Mugi now.
But so people who don't remember, Mugi is UU9. So that seems more like a UU9 kind of thing.
I don't. It's just not. I don't think it's flashy enough really for it to be like an SCCC.
Yeah, I could even potentially see this on KP.
Okay.
That seems like a kind of KP thing, right? Yeah. We saw it work last game. They did like an aggro tri-lane with the Veno for Liquid. So IG quickly take their Darkseer. So they reveal a lot with this though, right? So they already know now Nyx is 4, Darkseer off lane.
Sure. That's true. They do know the Nyx's position.
Nyx can be pretty nice though to set up for those when Shadow Shaman is trying to set up on a tower. If the Nyx is positioned beforehand, you can burst him really quickly. You get a lot of information on the map, and they can kind of dual pressure with the Nyx Darkseer. It's not the same as like an Earth Spirit Darkseer or something along those lines, or the Slaughter Darkseer, which used to be super popular, not anymore. But it's not as powerful as that, but it can be something they can choose to try to have some pressure on that safe lane.
I mean, that's a hero we never see do. I can't remember the last time I saw someone play a Slaughter.
Right? I feel like the last person I saw was GH play it or something.
Yeah, it's sometime back in Liquid, but...
This is gone. There's just too many good alternatives now.
And especially with, I guess, like what heroes like Veno coming into the fray, it's like, you don't want to play a Slaughter against a Venomancer. It's just going to be kited up. You can't get the jump in that you need.
It seems like there's a lot of like just straight magic damage lineups too, where it's like corrosive is cool to take Roche and stuff, but there's everyone's pick of building like so much magic damage, and team fight makes it a lot harder for a Slaughter who's he's not really a team fighter. Slaughter is those he kind of is when he gets his blink, but he's a in and out kind of fighter. He always just wants to jump in, reset, not like this Ravage or something along those lines. We see the Alchemist and the Bloodseeker bans.
And the Bounty ban. I mean, I'm most surprised, I'll be honest, by the Alchemist ban. That is a hero that... Well, there was a team that played it recently, but in just overall, that is... Some teams, they don't look at that hero. They don't even think about the Alchemist anymore.
I've been seeing a little bit of rise of it, at least in high-level pubs. Played versus Ana a couple of times.
He's bringing it back?
Had to deal with Ana picking Alchemist in a couple pubs. It was pretty horrifying. Yeah. It's the same kind of concept. You just feel that pressure. You're like, that timing window. It's like, 14 minutes. He's got Armlet Radiance. It's still kind of similar. Neutrals were, of course, like nerfed and everything, but they got buffed again in the last patch by 10%. Bounty runes as well are still super beneficial for Alch.
I mean, I guess
get rid of it is fine.
You could argue the change to neutrals actually is a buff to the Alchemist, because you have a higher quantity of creeps over the 2 minutes. You've got double, so you're going to have more chance for the greed procs. Yeah. So
can just be an annoying hero too, right? Just like obnoxious hero. Yeah. And like we said, these two teams probably have so much inside info on us, on each other, that we're going to be like, we're not really going to know what's going on with a lot of these bans. So it's going to be very different. Void ban comes out. We saw the synergy with the Venomancer and Shadow Shaman, at least in the last game. Even though Matu struggled to hit the greatest Chronospheres, you can still see the strength of the hero. I mean, Void's been like super popular in the last like
Void
2
has,
months.
yeah.
So like very high win rates.
I like that. You know, Void. He certainly is a hero to get excited about.
Yeah.
And a lot of players, I think that I think will be happy that he's kind of fitting back in as well. It feels like a hero. You know, a lot of players that seem to enjoy playing it. For big Void performances in the past.
Why does NEWBEE want to go over here?
I'm interested if they do something a little different to maybe what we saw in the first series, like from such, or if they are going to stick with sort of it's kind of the meta picks from these other teams. Like
NEWBEE likes their Lycan. Could be a possibility.
Oh, we were talking about this, and we're not seeing it, and they bring it. Mark, he looks absolutely massive on this thing. I'll tell you what.
I think it's the middle hero.
Is it always the middle hero?
I'm pretty sure because the Void.
I don't know, he looks really big.
The Void last game was like twice the size of the Invoker.
It's something about that
on
middle
that screen.
spot.
I think it's the middle spot. Yeah.
All right, but yeah, as we were saying, we don't see a lot of it, but well, NEWBEE there fulfilling our prayers and giving us a bit of a treat, showing us that Slardar can still be relevant. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying it's bad against the Venom. I guess if you had the Venom,
yeah, it can be nice. Corrosive Haze with Shadow Shaman and Venom, you can easily sneak some Roches with that. Good versus good in the lane too. If they get like a Shadow Shaman crush, they have a lot of ways to just chase the lane out with the Slardar stun. Shadow Shaman disables. Both the heroes we were kind of talking about too. Visage now being grabbed up. This hero is extremely popular in pubs. We've been seeing it being ran mid a lot. The 1-2-4 build, 1-1-4 build. As soon as you hit 6, you're not only unkillable, but you're a huge nuisance, and you can gank, globally kind of with your birds. Yeah, look how big he is in the middle there.
Yeah, it's definitely something about that middle spot. Yeah. It's got to be. But yeah, Visage is as well, as you say. That was one of the heroes that people kind of talking about coming into this one, saying that is the hero you've got to look for. I mean, if we're going to have a big rise in success.
I just can't believe how similar this, sure, day one. We'll hesitate a little bit on it, but how similar these drafts are kind of looking like they were at TI4. Where the Shadow Shaman, Venom, the Earthshakers, these heroes were the most popular heroes at TI4.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be. I'm just trying to think back to other TIs. Do we see much variance from kind of the starting day of the group stage to the end, or?
Yeah, things change a lot.
Things can change a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone will hit a stride, and then people will look at the games at night and be like, okay, this hero just looks to has like a 95% win rate or something. People will definitely start to change things up after the first day. So NEWBEE does really like their Tidehunter. So there's one hero that they have now for the big team fight.
Good old KP on his classic.
Yep. See, look at that Slardar next to Tidehunter, dude.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I've just always underestimated how small how big Slardar is.
I don't think he's like that big. He's massive. But Tide, that's going to be pretty cool for them to actually be able to disrupt the Wombo combo that IG has set up with the Darkseer that always comes out. You don't have to worry about it.
Still feels like they really do need that final Sccc big right clicker. So in terms of damage, I mean, sure, there's a lot of damage over the time from the Venom, but once you get like a Bruise on the Darkseer, you've also now got the heal from the Necrophos. It's a lot of ways that you can outlive that sort of team fight, and that the sudden NEWBEE have. They don't really have that jump and splat. You know what I mean? And I expect that we will see that come from this final pick from Sccc.
Necro, as we saw in particularly Dream League, the Necro versus Tidehunter kind of thing, you can just Reaper Scythe and everybody uses all their nukes and you just instantly blow up the Tidehunter, and he actually can struggle to have Ravages come off. KP, though, is one of the very farm-oriented kind of Tidehunters. He usually will be able to like a mech or a hood or something. So they ban out the Ember, one of OP's absolute favorite heroes. The other big ones that stand out for me that he likes to play as well, like the Templar Assassin, the Tinker is one of his favorites.
Yeah, I think we might see the... I wonder if we see the TA from NEWBEE. I think that Sccc might want to get that. One of the heroes that we did see picked all the time with Slardar.
Versus the Darkseer, so the Iron Shell can be pretty horrible, and Ghost Shroud.
Darkseer. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, true. I mean, I'd love to see the Sccc co-op.
I think Queen of Pain or Invoker.
I'd love to see that.
Queen of Pain or Invoker look okay for NEWBEE.
The thing is that Queen of Pain, I mean, I guess a lot of heroes do, but it can struggle a bit in the lane, kind of against the Visage.
Yeah.
It's...
yeah, if that's right, so it could be a mid-Visage.
If it's the mid-Visage. I mean, to be fair, a lot of heroes struggle against a mid-Visage. That's the problem there.
But you farm.
Yeah.
But kill threatening is completely different.
I mean, Razor, of course, yeah, understandable ban out there from IG. I think that pretty much confirms it's going to be a mid-Visage. That is one of the heroes that they can do pretty well against the Fizz. You know, get some points to the passive. Certainly when he tries to use the Grave Chill to get away or chase you down, because they're slow in return, it doesn't work. It's useless against the Winter.
It's support, yeah. It's going to be the DK to round up that push lineup. They have the sustain coming out from Necro. They have Darkseer. This is like Darkseer and Dragon Knight used to be a thing we used to see all the time. And Sccc Ursa, as soon as they see the Dragon Knight, they're going to have that really good matchup. That's an amazing matchup for Ursa.
He was instant on that pick. Yeah, I
think they knew that DK was coming.
Okay.
It looks like they definitely knew that one was coming with the speed of their pick.
Of course, the Burning Necrophos. That's what we're going to be getting in the safe lane for IG.
All right.
Go, killing themselves out. I mean, overall, coming into this one, I mean, they were very confident with that counter pick in the mid lane. Overall, do you like NEWBEE's lineup in response, or like who are you thinking's coming out on top of this?
It's pretty tough actually, because they both have their their advantages. It's the lanes look a bit more advantageous for NEWBEE, I would say, especially because that mid matchup is horrifying, and bottom shouldn't be too simple at all either. So I would probably give NEWBEE a little bit more favor, but IG can hit their stride really hard. They hit their 6, they get their mech, they can actually just siege towers super hard.
I mean, I think as long as they can get level 6 in good time on Q. Like, you just cannot underestimate how much this Visage can do. Just even just controlling Sccc during the ultimate, just having those familiar stuns, it's going to be incredibly annoying. But I guess at the same time, Ursa is kind of good at killing the familiars. You would just get the Fury swipes, and as soon as they come back up, having that quick attack speed, you have got a chance to kill them. So you
can get chain stunned really hard though. At the same
True,
time.
That's the thing. The kite potential of Q is going to be the bigger nuisance.
The supports on the side of IG require quite a lot. Like Nyx and Visage both are quite they're okay in laning phase, but they want the level 6s. They need the Vendetta familiars to really be significant heroes, because Soul Assumption's very expensive if he wants to go for that, for those type of kills. Same thing with the Nyx Assassin spells. KP, go down bottom.
Go, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ourselves into second series of the day here on this stream too. NEWBEE versus IG. Just a quick apology if you do not see the last hits in the net worth up on the top side. They're trying some things out with production. It should be fine, but if you do not see the net worth come up when I mention it, do let me know, because we'll let them know in return, and hopefully they can get it fixed as the day goes on. But hopefully at the moment you're seeing the last hits open. I've opened them. Hopefully they've opened them. So fingers crossed, everything should be sweet, and we'll get the tasty net worth up for you around the 10-minute mark. It's relevant, but. Go, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of overall lanes, you said what, KP heading down to the bottom. Are we seeing anything else surprising? Doesn't look like it. XXS is up on the off lane. OP. Q. Surge, Boca, Assassin, of course, leaving Burning in the safe lane, and the rest of NEWBEE. Sccc in the middle lane. NEWBEE actually with the Tri lane already coming across.
They're invading.
And Faith. Yeah, they want to try and do something. I mean,
it's scary.
If they connect to Gale, it's going to be a kill.
Yeah, that's a very scary try. NEWBEE, I would say, probably has a little bit more advantage coming out of lanes.
Okay.
So the mid lane is going to be the big one to watch, and then just the mirror match of Kaka and Baboka will be the other things to definitely keep an eye on. And how much these offlaners are actually able to get. Is KP going to be able to get a good start in that offlane? It looks like he should be able to.
Man, well, I mean, XXS, will he be able to stick around here? That's the thing. There's a lot of disable between Kaka and, of course, Faith as well. And at this point where he's the level 1, still yet to skill. But if he does pop it into that shell, he is going to be incredibly vulnerable to getting caught out by Gale. It could be a very slow start for XXS. And yeah, with the 3 heroes sitting around here, it looks to be exactly what NEWBEE want to do. They just want to, of course, make sure that level 2 comes as slow as it can.
Yeah, this is really good for them. Because Q starts mid lane to try to make sure that Dragon Knight gets a good matchup, because it's really hard matchup, DK versus Ursa. You can just be so susceptible to dying. He even starts with boots right away on Dragon Knight. You can see how pressured he is from laning versus that Ursa. So yeah, they start the dual lane mid, and that makes it so KP is going to be able to get a good chunk of experience down here bottom. But Baboka has Over Venom, so at least helps him zone a bit.
And not doing too bad as well, the zoning as well. Even with the Kraken Shell, level 1. KP still taking a fair bit of a beating, being brought down to half health.
Yep, the Heartstopper aura plus the Orb of Venom, definitely obnoxious. Mid lane, Sccc definitely suffering versus that dual lane. Like 3 CS, he does have a lot under his tower right now, but Dragon Knight leading by 10. We're up to 10. Rotation now from Kaka, trying to put a little bit of pressure on Q. Casual right clicks, soul assumption back. He's just gonna keep hitting him.
That's a fair bit as well there.
Good chunk of damage.
On this top lane, did XXS, he's got the level 2 now, so feeling that a little bit safer in terms of being able to try and put some pressure on. Even with the Ice Shell though, still yet to get a single CS in this lane. Looks like Mugi's been doing a good job at controlling the creeps himself on, and indeed we can see 8 denies, so it's going pretty nicely deep up here on this top lane for NEWBEE.
Oh, and Kaka's going to get the rune as well. Oh, doesn't even have to use the crush for it either. Just able to snag that one really quickly.
They can do to try and keep XXS slowed down in this opening part of the game.
And they even put like an aggressive ward too to watch whenever he is going to be jungling. KP is doing great, level 3 already. I believe Iron Talon already being delivered with more regen. So now he can start the jungling.
Look at this though, mid lane. Baboka grabs himself the invis rune from bottom. This should be a surefire kill with 3 of them here. I don't think there's any way that Sccc can play his way out of it. There's the first stun. They are going to have follow-up. Haven't got the biggest amounts of damage, but okay, there we have, just in time. Q says he'll take the first blood, saving the soul assumption to the last moment. Claims himself the kill.
The dream, the 2-minute invis room is the absolute dream for as a support. It just always seems to work like that.
Especially if you're something with a hard stun like Nyx.
Yeah, and Boca gets a D ward as well up on the high ground there. A fresh ward taken out. And then this is what we talked about in the last game too. So this is always the beauty about having like this Necrophos hero versus majority of offlaners is you can just leave him.
Yeah.
You can really just completely ditch him after he gets like a decent advantage at the start because you're mostly playing versus like melee heroes or something along those lines, and they suffer heavily versus Heartstopper. Well, the Death Pulse NEWBEE making the rotation, trying to catch OP in the mid lane, but they're not smoked up, and it's hard angle to approach. So similar kind of things coming out from both teams. Veno very self-reliant, same thing with the Necrophos, so yep, they're just gonna have these, it's gonna be like these 2 kind of supports running around between lanes trying to find opportunities from both sides. KP just jungles, XXS just jungles. We have some mirror matchup going on right now.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Faith getting a hefty stack coming up here as well. There's the timing here again, it looks pretty good, and then does a massive stack up there for NEWBEE. Which, I mean, no matter who will they let farm this? Will they eventually the Veno farm it, or will they send like the Tide up to clean it?
Probably either. I mean, either of them can work.
Yeah.
They could have KP do it, honestly. That would probably be pretty damn good for him because he doesn't have ancient stacks on. But he's stacking his own hard camp as the Tide Hunter.
Oh, okay, yeah, he is to be fair. So,
it would probably be the Veno to clear. Yeah, he's already starting to chunk it down. They don't want the Darkseer to be able to contest that.
Yeah, so that is the risk. If XXS just pops in and drops an Iron Shell. Make it a little trickier for NEWBEE to make sure they get everything out of it.
Kaka and Baboka are literally just like walking with each other the whole time so far this game. CS as well, almost even across the board. I'd say just Tidehunter is pulling a little bit ahead of the Darkseer. Lane OP getting a little bit of pressure onto him with the Earth Shock from the Eartha. So it's all about the maximization right now. Who can maximize the best right now throughout this laning phase? Top, we have that big pull coming out from NEWBEE. Bottom, it starts to happen now from IG. 2 junglers as well, continuing to jungle, and the 4 is just running around trying to put pressure on the offlaners and on the mid lane how they can. Kaka's just sapping experience and trying to steal neutrals from XXS while Baboka sits behind mid. So very, very similar playstyles to teams though.
Yeah, it seemed a little more passive than what we saw in the first series today between the IGV. I mean, what, 5.5 minutes in and only 1 successful takedown. Keeping to themselves otherwise. Cute. Getting around a little bit of Bernie. See what sort of a build comes out. Going to be the sort of the brown boots Midas that we saw from Matumbaman. Wait, was it Matumbaman? No, it wasn't, was it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Matu.
It was Matu that we saw in the first game of the day. To soak up some XP as well. As Mugi clear up that camp, bottom lane, bit of a wraparound being looked for from Baboka as they have their eyes towards KP.
Very hard kill before Necro 6. If they have the Necro 6 they can, or maybe if DK tries to rotate, but that would be a pretty bizarre one. KP, almost level 6, almost the Arcane Boots as well. And he's able to pull the creep wave off the tower, so he's getting a lot of experience here. This was the first catapult wave, so really important to which team can defend their tier 1 during this one. It looks like both teams are actually it's like exactly the same. 400 HP on the Radiant tower, 400 HP on the NEWBEE tower. Literally identical movements coming up from these teams.
The question is, when are we going to see it all kick off? Well, I guess level 6 is the aim of the game for these supports, Visage and Faith. Until they have the wards, the Lilias before they go. I say that, no, Faith wants to go now. Kaka says, come on. Kaka, as we've seen, he's been moving around a lot, but not a huge amount that he can do on his own. He does need to have that follow-up.
It's the same exact look, they're both doing the same exact movement.
Yeah, Papoka coming in with success in a relative neighborhood.
Gets the range off.
Yeah, it's going to take him down fairly low after the range falls off, but he's going to tango up, and it looks like he may just survive it, and indeed, in fact, it's going to be OP the one to be punished as the counter gank comes from NEWBEE. And Jens, Sccc, I can't believe he only just lived there. Tangoing up through that remainder of the tick damage from the Dragon Knight ultimate.
The mirror movements, but also NEWBEE not only get that kill, but they also take that top tower, so big win there for them for this. Gets himself some nice aggressive wards as well.
Yeah, certainly Fortune starting to slip back the way of NEWBEE. A lot of farm as well on this Venom.
Yeah, and
a lot of that's that large camp, of course, but still, it's pretty impressive. 62 CS before that 8-minute mark.
That's very high. And the great thing is, too, that with their lineup, the way that they built with the Ursa as the last pick, is fighting around that Roche pit for IG is actually impossible. Because now they're going to have everything set up. Venom ward set up with a Ravage potential. Once Sccc has his mask, Morbid Mask, there's like no way that IG can actually contest that. Even if they have everything online, it's too hard to run into Venom wards with the threat of a Ravage. And Shadow Shaman should be 6-2. It's just going to be way too much for them to deal with around the pit. Too much chaos.
Looking at KP as well. What kind of build do you expect from him? Will he just go for the mech, or could we see a blink rush? KP, he's one of the ones who does sometimes like to prioritize the blink.
Yeah, he's varied. He's definitely done the blink rush. I've seen him do the mech rush. I've seen him do like the hood even sometimes, but for the most part it is, yes, the blink. He actually just straight rushes it too.
Yeah. I indeed see that again this game. Still yet to queue anything up, which probably out of anything does lead towards just saving up for that blink money. So, Kaka having a bit of pressure being put on him by XXS and Baboka as they shove the lane. Actually going to see a potential attempt on Roche, but Sccc straight into the pit.
Yep, does
he get away with this?
He should be able to. I mean,
you don't think they'll send anyone to check?
I don't think that they really expect it. The Venomancer goes mid, starts setting up the wards. He just makes his way there. I don't think that they really can contest it either with their low amount of levels and their weak team fight in comparison to NEWBEE with this Ravage.
Maybe they could have checked, because they did scan. The Radiant actually scanned by the Ancients, you know, just sort of where the ward was, and it was actually a little too late. Maybe if that hit a successful read, then they would have known that Sccc was smoking past it, but indeed the timing wasn't there, and Sccc gets away with it. Massive play there for the Ursa.
Yep, the slow pace is definitely benefiting NEWBEE so far.
Yeah.
So I just was looking actually at a couple of KP's games as his tight ender. So the recent ones he did just go for actually pipe Guardian Greaves, no blink.
Okay. Oh, that's why he's doing the same.
So this one he's got the hood already queued up. I mean, he's playing versus a super magic oriented lineup. They actually have very little physical on the side of IG. Bottom, Q. Is level 6 on the Visage. He's got the burst since they actually commit the Ravage for him, and that's an easy kill.
I mean, it's a scary hero, you know.
Yeah.
You throw everything at that Visage, support or not. Get that hero out of my game.
Look at this, and now even the Venomancer is going to have a hood too. So they're all going to just build massive amounts of magic negation because, like I just said, IG's lineup is pretty much all magic damage.
I mean, these familiars, they're coming in.
And the Gale, though.
Do they get away with this? Oh, no. Yeah. Slow too much.
They're so fast, though. The speed on those familiars is crazy, being able to run people down. So secondary catapult wave, IG is actually able to at least capitalize on that a bit and get the tower down to almost dead. So it's gonna be put in deny range after the next shot, and it is actually from the corrosive breath. But that being said, NEWBEE also able to get bottom tower cleaned up with the first use of the Shadow Shaman ward. So just objective gaming coming out from NEWBEE, and it's definitely playing into their advantage. 2-1, 2k gold lead, and now continuing that siege onto mid lane. Everyone's healthy. They've got the hood on the Veno, and Kaka's about halfway toward that blink on the Slardar.
Yeah, and getting these towers and the Roshan is certainly going to help the team as a whole get those local blinks on Kaka, but also Sccc, who, well, with this tower, should be very close to having his own done, especially when you get the last hit on it. Indeed he will, so just 250 or so gold to go, and that is going to be blink done on the Ursa. It's certainly scary for IG then in that matter of sense. I've nearly got the rod. on Burning, just a recipe short.
And OP almost has the Shadow Blade at least finished off too, so they can at least try to do some aggression. It's just about being able to deal with that newbie 5-man, especially because they have that Aegis so early. And newbie doesn't really. I would probably think that they don't feel too like pressured to do stuff now. They're probably like, okay, we can just farm Kaka's Blink Dagger. But that being said, top focus set up with Burning. Easy kill.
And easy for Scythe kill. Indeed it is. That's going to be the Slardar down for 35. And a painful one as well for newbie, being that he was so high on that money in his pocket as he was trying to make that jump towards the Blink Dagger. I will certainly set that back.
Economy game though. TI7 with Ancient Stacks, Venomancer farming as well. Same thing with Shadow Shaman. They do have the blinks, but the big one is definitely the Slardar blink for them to get those big invading plays if TI7 is going to be going for this type of build. And they have good vision, at least. They can see like Burning's farming. They know the Darkseer is trying to still catch up because he did not have a good laning phase nor start. 0-0-0, but he was heavily pressured and he was being chased around by a Slardar and getting his creep stolen. So almost mech finished up at least for XXS, but it is going to be coming out at quite a delayed amount of time. Especially because they have all 3 tier 1s clean up. It's actually pretty surprising.
And we'll see if newbie want to go for something as well with this. I see with the Blink Dagger, Faith does have smoke in his pocket. They try and go for a bit of action. They've got Kaka as well.
Yeah, they're gonna. Okay. So they're probably expecting like Mugi to get ganked because IG was playing around that top side, so they're gonna like sit behind him and hope that that does happen again. IG is playing in the sides here. They don't see any information on the map though. They have one ward placed behind where the Veno is, but the other lanes nobody's showing. Now they see KP bottom. Maybe now they try to see and get maybe more information, but Boga starts to scout out with this Vendetta, and he should get a lot of info from this.
Comes in with the Shadow Blade as well, spelling the smoke.
Oh, he's actually able to snipe the courier with that Vendetta.
Alright, add the Ogre Club on, so that's
nice. So that was a pretty fortunate Sentry Ward actually coming out from newbie though. They placed it as they were pushing that top lane, and that's how they caught that they know that OP actually has the Shadow Blade, so OP just want to do some scouting and stuff and gets noticed right away. And newbie continuing to pressure now, tier 2 siege. Everything is online for them. It's literally just them dictating the pace of the game, while IG's just like, we need to just kind of farm fighting 5v5, and their lineup is just way too hard after that advantage they have. Baboka, Kaka actually places the Tinker Ward, and he sees Baboka. Can he enrage? Yeah.
Well, it looked like he was letting him go there, but he's just playing around with this Nyx Assassin. Should get the kill. I mean, Baboka still has a stun, but with that Sccc in the neighborhood, I mean, it's unlikely he gets away. He just will run out. He's got a blink on the Ursa, and indeed he comes in for the finisher. Sccc grabs the kill.
Good distribution of resources by newbie too.
Straight away though, the ping was there. You know, he knows the ward's there.
Yeah. So they had at least like the Veno bottom. Tide was also like kind of jungling while the Ursa and the Slardar go for that kill. So yeah, they're just definitely having some crisper movements coming out from newbie overall. Like said though, IG seem to be they seem to be content with this farm. They've got the Atos finished up, almost a secondary Atos on Q, and now the mech is online. So those are the big item they have is the mech now for the Dragonite. Are they going to be able to make anything happen of it, or do any like big sieges? I think it's still going to be very difficult versus the side of newbie.
As we're seeing, newbie, if they catch anyone with a corrosive and a Ursa jumping in, very hard for IG to save them, and IG themselves, they are going to look to try and force something with this smoke.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear?
The Dire are scanning. They added that.
Is that new?
I definitely have never heard that before. I just heard the Dire are scanning, so that had to have been a new little voice thing. I don't think I'm imagining that one, so that was cool. Okay, I didn't know that it actually says anything for that. So Dire scan off the mark, but they're all posted up now on this high ground. 4 heroes. Still no Slardar Blink Dagger, but actually looking to invade.
Pretty good jump from IG coming around like this. They are prepared. Look, Scc's hiding in the tree. They know that Mugi is going to be jumped on by the looks of it. And yeah, IG actually deciding against going for that fight around that position, which...
That's a hard place to fight versus Veno wards.
Pretty deep.
TI7 can just TP on the shrine and it can be an absolute disaster.
And so again, as you've been saying it, newbie just being that slightly more efficient with their movements and with their farm.
Yeah. KP has a big chunk of gold. He can buy the full mech if he wants to. He can just buy a straight blink if he wants to also. See which one he wants to. He has the mech in his quick buy, but he hasn't purchased it just yet. He's making the decision.
I mean, do you think he's thinking of buying a full-out Blink Dagger? Or is it just the surprise of being able to just buy the mech as a whole and turning it to a fight? And
I don't know. He's got the gold for it. He's kind of just chilling still. Maybe he's just like, maybe I can just get an even bigger item or something.
Radiance, let's go. See what KP does want to do. It almost said, I'm sure he will just pick up the mech.
I mean, the hood.
You sometimes see players do this where they just stockpile the gold.
The pipe and the Guardian Greaves are just they're just super good this game for him and his first team.
Oh, again, I think this is IG indeed. Yeah, looking for another smoke. It didn't really work out too great last time. They want to try and go for it. They want to keep control of this Roshan. But you know, Roshan is going to be up soon. We're going to see the respawn time very shortly.
They're just I mean they're feeling very pressured. They're like we're at full magic damage lineup. It's 17 minutes in. We're not really able to do an aggression. And once NEWBEE does get actual BKBs, like especially on this Ursa, they have like no way to really kill him unless the Reaper sight comes out first. So KP buys up the full pipe and buys a button. So that's what he was deciding.
Here we go. They're going in with a vacuum. It's only going to catch KP. There's going to be jump back in return. Kaka gets caught up, but the two-man stone from Baboka wards our drop. But they're fighting around the Shrine. The Shrine heal more than enough to offset the damage from the Reapers. The Gale connects onto Burning. Burning pops the Shroud, trying to get himself out, but Kaka back in again with the Blink. Hits the Crush onto 2. Burning's down. The Visage Bird's falling low. Face got the Shackles controlling up XXS on the back of it. Another Crush finishes off a second as it's Sccc picking up the double kill. And I mean, we kind of felt that was going to happen, but why? That was not the place to fight. They knew last time when they came around and they backed off. But they were just seemed too desperate and set on trying to make something happen, and it did not pay off at all there for IG as they lose 3. I mean, they've got the corrosive haze on Baboka. He's got to run. Maybe even losing more. We'll get a spike Carapace off in time, and looks like that will be enough to save him. But
still,
not great. Not great from IG.
I mean, you think you hit the nail on the head there. Like you said, desperation is really what it's coming down to. They just feel like they have they wanted to have like the early lead. They wanted to be the ones sieging towers and pushing, but they just can't because of the way the lanes went. It's almost 8,000, more than 8,000 gold lead now.
Oh boy.
For NEWBEE, and it's only 2-6. So it's not like it's this massive kill advantage. It's this objective kind of scenario that's happening that's letting them just build further and further ahead through their farm. And I mean, fighting into this Tidehunter just seems impossible. Now mech is about to be finished too with the pipe. All of IG's damage is just completely negated. And there's so much CC as well on the side of NEWBEE. We saw the two-man crush into a Ravage, into another two-man crush. It's just very difficult for them to play into this. And now, Ursa with BKB.
This really feels like a game where NEWBEE have to do something pretty throwy for this one to fall back around. So as you've been saying, it's just everything that IG wants to try and do. NEWBEE just have an answer for it now. Roshan back up, Sccc into the pit, feeling confident, knows that he can commit and have very little worry about IG being able to do anything about taking it.
Yeah.
They're going to get it for free.
He's got the dream as well. Like he's already got the BKB, he's got the mess, he's getting the 3 Roshes back to back at like the 10-minute mark, and now successively at the 19th, building toward that defusal as well. Really just the dream items that he's going for versus the Necrophos and versus the Darkseer to remove the Ghost Shroud and the Dirge.
Got a bit of an ancient stack here for OP. Item-wise, after the Shadow Blade, still looking for the BKB himself.
Having to commit the Dragon form just when he wants to just build a farm Ancients. They're not hitting towers, might as well. KP finds OP. They're starting to chase him out. Shadow Blade's on cooldown. They get the Corrosive Haze too.
He's gonna with the TP out. That might be enough. No, they'll pop the Ravage for that one. Make sure they get the DK kill, and yeah, he's down without buyback as well. 50 seconds.
I don't even think they need the Ravage for big team fights anymore.
Nah.
Just because of the pipe in the mech and just how far ahead they're getting.
They can just run down lanes.
Yeah, but Kaka actually just finds Baboka farming neutrals casually.
I mean, I don't think Baboka's getting back to base.
I think Baboka's dead. There's a Shadow Shaman coming too. He's holding on to the stun.
There's no way that this Nyx gets out of there. And indeed, Faith says, I'll take the kill.
And they're pressuring mid too.
Yeah.
NEWBEE's just playing way faster and way better overall. Just much faster and just understanding what they need to do in their game and what they need to run a game like this. Like they were like, okay, we need to just like kind of farm it up for a bit, wait for Slaughter Blink, let them smoke into us. That's exactly what happened. They definitely have a very good feel on the pace and what they believe IG wants to do.
This is becoming very one-sided indeed. 11k gold lead, 21 minutes in.
It's getting grim.
IG with very little ways of turning this one around. I mean, even when the BKB's done on the Dragon Knight, it's just not going to be enough. In terms of a chain stun, as you say, you know, maybe if they get Millias out on top of the Impale and then the Reapers, they can kill at least one, but dealing with the team as a whole, it's seeming pretty impossible with the way the NEWBEE's built themselves up at this stage.
Yeah, it's crazy how much it really is, because look, which one do you want to deal with? It's like, who do you really burst down? Because everyone, the cores are an issue. All three of those cores are big issues. Mugi hasn't even spent any of his gold. He's sitting on 4,000. Has the full Hurricane Pike in his quickfire. OP. Scouted out by the wards. They get another deep one down. Uh-oh.
It's going to be the Dragon Knight gone again.
They're just all split up. IG's just... everyone's just kind of farming on their own, and they're in a position where they're probably all talking. They're like, well, we don't really know how to group up. We can't team fight NEWBEE. We can't push towers. We can't get to objectives. So we just need to farm. And I mean, when you farm and get split up like this, it's bound to lead into pickoffs. And yep, NEWBEE, they're way high ground. They still got Ravage in about 20 seconds, and they've got the Shadow Shaman wards.
They just jump straight in as well as they see Paboka. Poor old Paboka on the front lines. Forced in aggressively, and that will give them the space to get a tower at least. With this wards down, very little reason for them to back off. Diffusal Blade complete on Sccc as well now, and he just goes straight in. Burning with the Ghost Shroud.
He purges it just for good measure.
He doesn't, yeah. Sccc just purges it, backs off, takes the racks. The melee racks will fall in the middle lane. 15k gold lead. Obviously, we've not been able to watch the other games, but I wouldn't say this one should be far off of being the most one-sided game we've had so far here.
Yeah.
As this is quite the lead indeed. And a game as well, as we've been saying, where it looks like there's very little that IG can do to turn it around. Maybe some amazing vacuum wall play, but still, it's just... the draft is not kitted out to play a game at a 15k gold deficit 23 minutes in. No,
you want to be ahead. You want to be the one dictating the pace. You want to be the one having them run at you with 5 heroes and you're sieging a tower and doing that kind of death ball, but it's the opposite. Yeah, NEWBEE's doing the death ball. I mean, I don't want to keep saying it, but this is looking similar to TI4, man. It's like we've got this Venomance on one team, we've got this 5-man death ball kind of lineup where IG kind of struggles versus it, and I mean, it's looking successful. Very successful for NEWBEE. So, by the way, guys, I know there is a little bit of a bug going on right now, and it's not showing other heroes' items. It's only stuck on Ursa. We apologize for that. It happened for a bit now, and we weren't able to really do anything about it. So, we know that is happening.
That's pretty annoying. Yeah. But apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It should be. It's day one LAN, okay? We always have issues. I mean, it's TI, but even TI doesn't apparently escape that exception. Yeah. Day one LAN, ladies and gentlemen. But they'll be on it, don't worry.
We can update you really quick.
We'll send them some angry messages. Don't worry, boys. We got your back.
Show them all the items really quick, Owen. Get that thing up.
What's the button for that one?
I think it's F5, I believe.
Is that not pause?
I hope not. Well, for me.
Oh, I pressed it. There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Now you guys can see all
the items. No, I don't think they can see that either.
Oh, can they not?
I don't think they can see that either. Check on the stream. Watch the stream fog. You can get it up. Okay, it won't pick up on my one. They can't see that either.
Oh no, they can't see it. You lost.
You can't see it. Sorry, Twitch chat. You have to level up your compendium to level 3000 if you wish to see multiple heroes. Unfortunately, you can only afford one of them at the moment.
Well, we do have the IG now. They go for a big smoke wrap around. It's into Aegis and Cheese, though.
There's the jump in. OP comes forward, but he immediately gets ripped apart by Sccc. XXS is down as well as he's stuck in the wards. Now just forcing the rest of them back. Sccc jumps forward onto Burning. Ghost Shroud isn't going to protect him when the Diffusal Blade is there in the hands of the bear.
And it's just...
And GG's cool. I mean, to be fair, you didn't need to see the other heroes, ladies and gentlemen. Who could they see the arms of? Except they could just see the bear.
I think they only see Ursa still.
They only see Sccc?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. You only need to see Sccc. The game was rather one-sided. Well, I don't know if we can fix the hero problem. I mean, we'll let them know. In the first series, did we?
No, we didn't have the first. It should be fine. We'll let them know, and we should be able to fix it for the next game. But this one was literally NEWBEE just doing everything right this game, reading all the movements.
Perfect for them.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. IG looking pretty disconnected, though. I'd like to see them improve for the next game.
Right, yeah. As we said, we'll try and get those problems fixed for you, Twitch chat, ladies. Yeah, we do apologise. It's not a lot that myself and Fog can do, but we'll send it to the boys above us and hopefully they can get it sorted. But don't go anywhere. Game 2 will be back, and hopefully with a few less bugs. We'll see you there.
the Chinese teams in particular, especially in the first 2 picks. And this time it's NEWBEE grabbing the Night Stalker and the Shadow Shaman. So Shadow Shaman still looking to be the most picked hero.
It really is. I mean, and so far in the series we've seen, no one's banned it, have they? It's always just been picked. I don't think we've had any bans on Shaman, so it always gets through. But it's always taken. At least in the games. Have you seen in any of the other games on the other streams?
I'm checking right now to see.
Like, you saw a bit of what the secret in the Cloud9 series. I don't know. Was Shaman touched in that? Do we know?
I don't know if it was touched in that one. Shadow Shaman has been picked in like almost all the games. Same thing with Void. Void actually has 6 matches, 100% win rate already so far.
That's pretty. 6 at 100%.
Yeah.
Dang. Still in the pool this game, and it'll be something that we see.
So they grab the like in this. I thought maybe the last game they could have considered it, but now this time they actually grab it in the first 2, especially versus the Night Stalker. So you benefit extremely well versus the during the darkness, during nighttime as well, because your Howl gets double the benefit. And not only just that, it's not just like the nighttime versus nighttime pairing, it's the wolves. You can use the wolves, you can stick them on top of the Night Stalker, you can watch his rotations, you get a lot of information from having this hero versus Night Stalker, if played well. It can go the other way, because Crippling Fear is devastating versus Lycan. Not only just the silence, but the miss rate can be really intense, but it is what they would like to do with that.
Is it definitely going to be a support Night Stalker, or because KP used to play some core Night Stalker, didn't he?
It's true. I guess it's still
like obviously
it's
the moment
still open,
everyone,
but more than likely it would be the 4. Still the Bloodseeker ban. This was also banned the last game by NEWBEE, right? I believe
it was. Yeah.
Yeah, they banned it in the 3rd, 4th the last time too.
Okay. So yeah, as you say, almost certainly going to be the support combo that we see from NEWBEE. No, we'll switch things up.
Does NEWBEE take out the Alchemist again too? Because they have like the same bans as the last game entirely. The Death Prophet, Lich, and the Bloodseeker, all 3.
I wouldn't be surprised. Just take that one. No.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the Lich ban, but I mean that's because like the last game too was banned, and we just
wasn't it? Yeah.
we're in a bit of a state of question of that one because we haven't gotten a chance to know too much information about these teams. They know each other super well. So I'm still looking at the Lich and I'm question mark. I don't really know the whole reason why it's banned out. We saw it picked up by Cloud9 earlier in their series or on one of the other streams, but I don't know. It's a hero that has definitely gotten several buffs. The Chain Frost is pretty crippling now with how much it slows and the cooldown. Good for fighting, but mostly about the lanes. Maybe that's just why. Maybe NEWBEE just knows they can do better lanes overall, and Lich is something that just throws a curveball in. Not too certain.
Well, it's taking a lot of time with this one.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's going to indeed be that Alch ban again. No, it's going to be the Darkseer.
So this time it's different because this time it's not Darkseer Nyx. It would be Darkseer Earth Spirit, which can put a lot of pressure not only in the lane but also in the team fight. It's a lot easier to land those kind of wombo combos. So this time they actually do the Darkseer out.
10 seconds. Let's see what IG now do in turn. So looking to obviously target the 3 cores of NEWBEE. See if NEWBEE given the chance to have such a nice mid lane matchup as they were in that last game. That pretty much insta pick up of the Ursa in response to the DK pretty much said it all in terms of NEWBEE's confidence.
Tidehunter ban by IG. Feeling that pressure. I mean, it's one of NEWBEE's favorite heroes, one of KP's favorites, and it's very good versus Lycan in most stages. Take out the Batrider. So they don't want to play versus the initiation kind of thing like with a bat because of the vision advantage will more than likely be NEWBEE's because they have the Night Stalker anyway, so darkness comes off. Bat just has such a free time trying to going for those lassos and pickoffs. And also the lane can be pretty annoying for a Lycan early on because you don't really have... You need some like great kind of disable to hold him in place, otherwise he just fireflies and he's out. Really mess with Lycan.
Let's see then what... I mean, KP, in terms of what are kind of his other big offlaners that's still here? Because a few of them have been taken out.
I have seen play Shaker before.
Okay, the KP Shaker. I mean not necessarily bad at all already. Yeah, that could be nice against the Earth Sprint. Like it might in the laning phase may have a bit of an issue, but an Earth Shaker against any sort of Lycan lineup is certainly can be a strong pick.
I mean, it's been a while since we've seen these teams. I mean, the Void could still be a possibility if they want to do something along those lines.
Yeah, Void definitely could fit in here.
Just something to get that, like some big lockdown for the Lycan, right? Some Enigmas,
or maybe
Void,
Legion, or well.
Okay, they're sticking to the Veno, Shadow Shaman, the wards, the Veno. Prominent. What was the all our games so far, Veno?
What was the pick rate and the win rate of Veno? Did you see on this?
I still got it open.
No, there's the Legion. In fact, actually coming out from IG.
From IG themselves. Okay, so Veno had.
Okay.
It's at 100%.
100%.
But it's not up. It's not fully updated.
It's not fully. Okay.
No.
Okay. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's obviously going to be high. Veno is certainly seeing success here in the morning of the first day of groups.
I don't think the KP heroes, because KP doesn't play the Void. That's the one thing I do know. He like never plays it.
Does he not?
No, he like almost never plays it.
I guess unlikely. Unless, well, they obviously could still run a Veno mid, and they could put the Void in the safe lane if they wanted to do it. But yeah, maybe as you say, maybe not very newbie-esque thing to do.
They usually stick to their strengths and style. This would probably be KP's hero. The Legion is definitely XXS's hero. It's going to be very nice versus the Veno to purge off the Gale, and even versus like the Shadow Shaman to purge off the Disable off of others. Oh, so it is going to be the Shaker.
I like that as well.
I didn't really see
I do like it.
Too many other options because a lot of his have been focused on.
Yeah,
he does have a few more, but this is the big ones, and it's.
Yeah, I think that's really nice. As you said, it's one of his strong ones, and there's good heroes to pick. They get 3 melee heroes that are going to be running into the middle of the fight.
I guess we still don't 100% know if it's the Night Stalker or Earthshaker.
Because it could still be KP Night Stalker.
Yeah, for certain. It's probably Earthshaker because that's KP's style. The Initiator kind of just walk like.
Yeah, I think I'd much rather see KP on the Shaker, but
then maybe it could be.
Could switch it,
or it could be an Earthshaker mid still, right? We still have variants. We don't.
Has he played Earthshaker mid? He might have done. I wouldn't put it past him. It's a playmaker. He loves those playmaking heroes.
So I would say they do still have a lot of versatility and a lot of flex in their lineup for now, but the lanes are. Probably what we stated were probably the more than likely ones, but yeah, they definitely still can change stuff up in response to IG. So IG need their 5 hero. What fits well? I mean, no, lately only 5 hero that comes to mind is like Shadow Shaman. It's like because it's like the only hero that's being picked.
The 5 hero at the moment. Oh, this already coming up at this land, yeah. What's left? What's that? Was strong 5 still in the pool.
I mean, the Warlock, the Wyvern.
I mean, could something like a Dazzle work out quite nicely here? You've already got 2 hard hitters. Dazzle with the Lycans, very nice. Giving him that chance to run rampant. Any sort of hero that has sort of a, let's say, potential defense. Dazzle covers both in terms of offensive capability.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something like just bring their lineup together. Their lineup just looks a little bizarre right now, like in comparison. I mean, maybe just because it's versus the Shadow Shaman Venomancer, which are just. So scary.
Oh, they're actually going to reveal their mid lane. Okay. Oh. I mean, as you imagine, we have seen people run the Legion in the mid and the puck in the off lane, but I'd imagine with these guys, it's almost certainly going to be OP puck. As you said, it's on the off lane Legion, but again, NEWBEE are going to have that chance to obviously see at this point what Sccc is going to have to deal with, and they were very hot with the counter pick last game.
Yeah, the puck pick is definitely bizarre to me because like Shadow Shaman and Night Stalker are actually pretty good heroes versus the puck. If you get the silence off, if you get the instant hex, any of these type of instant disables versus a pucker, like quick silences can be super scary. Same thing with the Shaker. Like if you get clipped by a fissure, you get chain stunned, you're just dead.
He's gonna need that Lincolns and Yule Scepters. ASAP.
Definitely the Yules early blink Yules, but.
I mean, I guess it works both ways. These are squishy heroes. If you do get the jump on the Shaman, Puck on his own can nuke down the hero. You get the silence on the Veno, or even the Shaker.
And just getting that grab for the Lycan, right? The Dream Coil for the Lycan. If like Dream Coil or Lycan running at Venomancer, Veno is super scared. That could actually be also why they grabbed the Earthshaker, having that kind of peel off. Because the Lycan and the Legion can just run at Veno, and Veno is like, I can't really slow these guys down. They need those hard disables coming out from the Shaker. So
I mean, maybe if they're going for like Dream Coil combos, could they pick up something like a Witch Doctor? Something to help them. Voodoo Restoration is pretty nice against the damage over time ticks the Veno. I guess this Night Stalker, it's still I mean, it feels like a scary game for any position 5, but we'll see.
Q's here.
Oh, actually, that feels rather greedy. Having a Bounty and an Earth Spirit as your 2 position 4 and 5. That's a fair bit of greed, isn't it?
They got 4 melee. They don't really have. I mean, it's like a lot of their team fight is actually just.
I don't know, man.
It's a lot on Puck actually. Puck and Earth Spirit need to have some pretty ridiculous games in the laning phase, and it's a mid shaker.
Is it actually the mid shaker? No, it's mid Venom.
No, it's mid Venom.
I was hoping for the mid shaker.
I got excited.
I did as well, but yeah,
so
mid Venom and KP shaker, as you said.
Yeah. So some adjustments coming out from this. So they wanted to make sure that KP can get experience in that off lane, and that's a pretty annoying matchup for the Puck. I mean, I think Puck can bully Veno a bit because he has a bounty hunter, but the same kind of similar thing with the Night Stalker. Okay, I'm definitely liking it.
I mean, I feel like running and I don't think we see many teams do Bounty and Earth Spirit as the two supports. I mean, is that normal for teams? Like, are you fine with this?
I'm probably liking NEWBEE a bit more. I mean, IG has the they can get like a big Dream Cone, a big like Legion nuke and stuff like that, but I think they need to do so much in this lanes to actually be able to fight the 5-man of NEWBEE.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll see. So we get ourselves into this one here. Game 2, IG versus NEWBEE. NEWBEE rather outclassing IG in Game 1.
I guess it's kind of it's because they can also do like some cool stuff too. Like if the Legion's in good position and like let's say the Puck does get disabled, you know he has a lot of ways to so many different things he can purge off and a lot of saves from that. It's a lot on.
You can kick the Hex target back to safety.
I mean, I think it's sounding too intricate and too like specific for IG's kind of thing.
But when you look at NEWBEE, it's like what Mugi has a good. If he has a good lane, he gets the farm. It's going to be the point where when his ult's up, there's nothing really Burning can do because he'll just get ripped to pieces by the illusions. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, from the draft and from the play from Game 1, things are certainly looking all NEWBEE. But
yeah,
I'm totally up for IG. It's a bit of a surprise here that they do have obviously that infinite scaling with the Legion damage. They've got the track gold as well. If they're taking trades, they're going to be favorable trades for IG. Have a look, ladies and gentlemen.
It is the 4 melee versus Veno or Shaker is the big scare for me.
That is another big scare.
That's the one that really puts some fear for me.
So,
and how are they going to do these lane setups? So it looks like KP is going to be. His items look a little bit different actually.
On the who?
On the Shaker, he's got Stout Shield, so he really wants to and double regen, so he really wants to contest the lane since he's playing versus triple melee. I mean, yeah, he'll be off lane, but
yeah, I think that's understandable as well because you've seen there's a bounty and an but you're probably expecting them to be moving around the map. So
yeah,
you know that you can have your presence in this lane.
And they can't kill you, right? Like an Earth Spirit bounty, if you have a Stout Shield like this and you have extra regen, you can really stay up there. So yeah, it's much better this game for sure than the boots or anything like that. So NEWBEE seem to expect some kind of like 5-man aggressive kind of play or something coming out from IG. It seems they're all posted up on the high ground here as 4, and now they're going to look like they're making their way toward their bounty rune. And they actually smoke up a delayed smoke to try to maybe go for some kind of pickoff. Do they have a dust as well? They do have a dust and a sentry on the Night Stalker, so if the bounty is the one to try to break it, he could definitely pay with his life. Looks like that might actually be the case.
Yeah, this is
he did break it.
Good.
Perfectly.
Yeah, they didn't indeed feel confident enough to pop the dust or sentry down from Kaka, but they will secure themselves that bounty rune. In fact, they do get all 3 bounty runes. KP able to head over and steal the bounty rune. The 3 bounties going the way of NEWBEE. We'll see how this plays out.
No way they let Q snipe this courier. Yeah, they keep it at the high ground.
Yep. And they're going to be fully away. Even though Sccc will want to get those extra tangos out to withstand the lane and just be prepared to have the regen to withstand the inevitable rotations from both Baboka and Q.
So again, both 4 starting around mid just to give their mid laners better starts. While bottom it's going to be looking like a dual lane versus dual lane. See how much XXS and Q are going to be able to make of it with the Howl. They actually can do pretty well to pressure Faith if he's out of position.
I'm going to try and go in onto him. Mugi there with the drag back though onto XXS. Will force the Legion back. I mean, at the end of the day, is taking as much damage as Faith and will be forced to salve up.
They just have to be sure, like, when you're running these kind of lanes, especially like for NEWBEE, like they do have a pretty strong, it's a very defensive, like safe lane. Just don't forget about Howl. It's very important because that can really turn those type of tides very quickly on you.
This top lane, we'll see how the farm goes as well. I mean, at the moment, KP looks to be doing a pretty good job, good job at trading farm with Burning and making sure that Burning isn't getting too much out of this lane.
I mean, he should get a lot up here.
Yeah,
he should
1v1. That's great for the Shakers.
Especially versus melee heroes, you're always able to hit them with the Aftershock, and the Enchant Totem lets you get last hits and always harass on top of it too. I actually think it's a pretty hard matchup for the Lycan until he gets a couple extra points in that Farewell Impulse. but he is, you know, is the offlane shaker. So you are threatened a bit by the rotations that can come out.
True, but I guess once you get a few levels, you're going to have a good amount of stun to hold them, block them off, and get the chance to walk back.
Yeah, I think KP should win this matchup pretty hard actually, especially look at 6. He has kill potential too.
Absolutely. We'll see when the supports do head back up there. I mean, at the moment, Q is remaining down on the bottom lane, closing in on that level 2, but Boca actually finds an invis rune. They're going to try and turn this 2v2 down bottom into a 3v2. See if they can get a kill out of it. Looks like Faith and Mugi, they did have the ward down here, so they are aware that this Spirit is in the neighborhood, and see how safe they do play it. Yeah, they're playing it pretty safe indeed. They know that Baboka's going to be in the neighborhood. They know that he's looking for action. They're doing their best to not give it to him.
He got an invis last game at the 2-minute mark too. So this time
he did, didn't he? Last time he was a bit more fortunate with the mid gank, didn't he? That he pulled off on the Nyx Assassin. But yeah, they're fully prepared. They drop down a sentry. Baboka's not going to find anything with that invis rune pickup because of the ward on the river. Now he's going to go in though. I mean, NEWBEE themselves did try and make a play. Nice boulder smash onto 3. I mean, here's of course Baboka but we know it's good. Faith will drop.
Mugi's in some trouble too.
Yeah, they're going to get multiple ones out of this. So despite the fact that NEWBEE were well aware and seemingly prepared for that play, they get the kill. Baboka, he's going to be able to TP out as well.
All right. This aggro trade lane is working very well.
Absolutely worked out. As I said, it was surprising that it did so because, I mean, NEWBEE knew what was going to happen. They knew that Spirit was there. I guess maybe they just assumed because they popped the sentry down and because they didn't see him that maybe he moved on. But Baboka was just playing for the long con.
I mean, that was the dream boulder smash. He had all 3 heroes.
And a classic Baboka.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. So that was also the Howl a bit playing into factor too. So you have to watch out for that one. How the other lanes do. Puck.
Mid lane's going amazing. Absolutely amazing for OP.
The extra Howl damage as well as the double no build lets him have just that big clear-cut actual damage advantage over Sccc at the start here. First nighttime is about to be underway, where the Howl becomes obviously a double benefit. And it also lets NEWBEE, so lets Kaka actually be able to make some better moves around and better adjustments.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, that kill down bottom with the way the mid lane's going, that's great news for IG. I think definitely the one thing that is an issue is the fact that KP's getting as much farm as he is, because of the fact, as you mentioned in the draft, this is such a good game for an Earthshaker. Yeah. You know what I mean? If KP does get that fast blink dagger timing and progression and good levels, it is going to be an issue for IG's lineup. And at the moment, IG, they're absolutely crushing it elsewhere, but top lane is the problem. Bottom lane, talking about crushing it, they're going in for more. Look towards Faith, and they'll get it. They'll take Faith down. XXS falling low, but again, but Boca absolutely nailing it down here. Picks up the double. Kaka will get away. For now, I mean, Baboka's got to roll if he wants to play it greedy and dive under the tower. We'll see if he does. He was open for it. He was open that Kaka was retreating. Did try and hunt for the play. In fact, he may just get it. He does. The boulder smash connects. It's a triple flipping kill for Baboka as he hits 3-0-2. And my goodness.
It's a clever kind of approach coming out from IG though. Like they're sending the 3 heroes bottom to press the CK, and they're using Howl every time. Like we said, it's nighttime Howl now too, so it's 30 bonus damage and 200 health. That's way too much for you to actually fight into. 3 heroes hitting you, that's pretty much a full extra hero on top of that with the Howl. So they're pretty much fighting a 4v3 in that kind of matchup with that Howl coming in. And of course, you know, with those incredibly good boulder smashes and patience from Baboka.
Seen in the past, just teams being absolutely terrified of Baboka's Spirit. Mid lane's going to get himself lots more action. Will miss the roll forward, but of course with the Dream Core setup, he even gets the kill himself. 4-0-2 on this Spirit, but Baboka picks up another.
Snowball in the lanes quite well.
So it's certainly, mid lane and bottom lane, the absolute dream at the moment. Just the fact that top lane, KP's in his own little world. He's level 6 minutes in. He's got pretty much perfect CS. He's just kind of closing his eyes. He's saying, just let me get my blink. Then that's when, you know, NEWBEE can start to look to turn things around. But at the moment, you know, the other lanes, they're struggling to hold on because of this pressure that IG are putting on.
Yeah, the Legion pick plus the Howl is just really very fortuitous for them. What items do we have coming up delivered for Burning? He's got the treads at least finished up, so he's a bit tankier. Can't just get like bursted down by KP in that combo. But Baboka now setting up as well. Top, they do have Lycan form. They have the shapeshift ready. Kaka
nearly getting that courier. Attack too short. but he was. I mean, KP is definitely the biggest kill on the map at the moment for RG. So if they can get it again, there's the silence from Baboka, making sure the burning's kept safe. Always in the right place at the right time, this Earth Spirit.
That's a hard kill too, because he still does have the 10 stick charges as well, and with the Howl, obviously benefit at nighttime. It's the double bottom lane. The duel comes out into Faith.
Oh, she's gonna get the dual kill. They do get the kill nonetheless, and XXS will be able to retreat. They get the bonus damage, but getting the kill absolutely worth it.
Burning's making the first rotation now too. Bottom shapeshift expended. Q's gonna die, but he's looking to get aggressive onto Mugi here.
Can he get Mugi? Kaka's looking for the body blocks. He's doing a pretty darn good job at it at the moment. In fact, they'll drag Burning back in on this one, and Burning indeed will retreat. Says that he doesn't want to stick around any longer. Notices that Faith's already back in the lane, so I mean, IG get the kill, but at the end of the day, it's kind of time wasted for Burning there. Did come in, try and get himself stuck in, but didn't find any good action. And of course, this is giving more space for KP. It's all about the Shaker. KP, can he carry this game?
Definitely possible. Mid lane again, though. Sccc getting punished from these rotations. The Howl plus the coil.
Bringing in some return rotation from NEWBEE, and that's a big one. I mean, as we can see, CS he was up there in terms of net worth. I can only imagine he was indeed he was top of the board, that Pug.
Yeah.
So
He has 400. Quite a lot already at this early stage of the game. KP max aftershock build is finished. Blink about 1,000 gold away. We'll see what he's able to make of that one. Venomancer porting down toward the shrine. Now continuing just to do some ancients for Sccc. But yeah, NEWBEE definitely looking to be under the gun, under the pressure so far from IG. He definitely making the right moves.
P.
Okay.
Tickled by Q. Just have a TP come through as well from OP actually to the top lane. But indeed not quite close enough to get involved with the KP action.
They scouted the puck as well now with that ward that they have up top. He did TP up there. Sccc continuing to now try to pressure them mid lane a bit with those max Venom wards. And now at least it's not nighttime anymore. It's like which nighttime actually hurt more? It seems like, I mean, IG's the benefit from the Howl. Usually it's like nighttime for Night Stalker, you'd think like that, but the Howl just a huge factor into this kind of triple melee aggro tri-lane that IG was running.
And look at this as well, Burning. Taking a page out of Arteezy's book. Been seeing it. It's going to be the Necro build. From the Lycan that, as I said, Artur's been doing it. It's kind of coming back into it after this period where we've seen pretty much Mask of Madness, Echo Saber every game on the Lycans.
Yeah, like the Mom Armlet or Mom Echo Saber or something along those lines.
Yeah, that's it. Going back to the Necros.
It's an item that's got like rebuffed and changed up a little bit, so it's pretty damn strong. Like mana burn is pretty good versus CK if he's not able to really do any. Like he's already got such a limited mana pool. If you get like a mana burn on a lot of these heroes on the side of NEWBEE, they're actually really not able to use their full arsenal of spells. IG smoked up, ready bottom. The NEWBEE very aware that this is going on.
Yeah, Moog is actually TP'd out.
Faith may be the sacrificial lamb if he doesn't TP out.
They know that someone's there. Will they come a-hunting? That's the question. He's on his own, Faith. XXS, he's searching. Faith a little too late there with the TP attempt. And will get punished. Bonus damage in the bag there for XXS as they claim the kill. Good shot taking the tower. Mid lane, we are going to see Q come across. Look towards Sccc. Baboka in position. Rolls in. Again, the two-man boulder smash. Holding off any chance of Kaka doing anything in return. The silence following up as well. The stones continue to go. KP though, with the Echo Slam. Catches the three of them. Double kill for the Shaker. He's not done yet. Looks towards Baboka, but Baboka, he's the one who's even more not done. Turns around with the boulder smash. Drops a rock. Kills the Night Stalker and will get away.
That was very good stone usage there by Baboka.
Absolutely perfect. Doesn't waste a single one.
If he actually had that one more there, he may have been able to turn and kill KP as well.
It would have been close.
He had the Urn Charge as well, so he would have been able to refresh the Magnetize. That was really well played by Baboka, but beautiful rotation from KP. That's pre-Blink Dagger, 3-man Echo Slam because of, like we said, heavy melee lineup, but now he's got the Blink.
I feel like this game could turn into kind of the Baboka versus KP show. Is it all the Earth Spirit players or the Earth Shaker players? Both heroes were, first pick from both teams. And so far, they seem to be the most crucial. Baboka can continue to play as he is. It's going to be very hard for NEWBEE to get anything done. But if KP can hit these big Echo Slams, the same could be said the other way around.
But I think our Shaker was third this time.
Was he?
I think so this time, right?
Oh, was that in game one?
Yeah,
you're right.
It was Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, it was game one that was...
It's all good.
It's all good.
OP has the Veil now finished up, trying to continue some pressure onto the bottom lane, and we're watching Burning trying to do some scouting information with his wolves in the meantime. Just trying to get information of where KP is, for the most part. Able to really do so. Mugi almost has the armlet finished up, but Q trying to put some aggression onto him, scare him a bit in the jungle.
Hey,
OP could be in some big trouble
yeah,
here, actually.
Ooh.
Nice usage.
Oh no, Kaka.
OP? That was really
I can't
sick.
believe he got out of that. I mean,
I looked at Kaka was maybe a little slow on the silence.
definitely had a chance to silence.
I thought he had a time. I thought he had two. Also,
I mean, I get the range isn't that big. He must have just been. He was obviously casting it as the way he ripped it, but it looked like Kaka had a chance to lay that silence down.
it looked like he did, but OP. That was good. That was great spell usage though. The quick orb, the quick phase shift, the dream call to cancel the animations too was nice.
I mean, I guess looking at is the range of the Waning Rift the same range as the Nightstalk has to get within to? No, I think
It's a little.
It's very
Crippling Fear is
close.
a little bit bigger, maybe like 50 range
yeah.
bigger or something. But
it's tight. So
that was a really nice quick puck fingers. So now we have Q level 6 online for the bounty. Baboka on the prowl. Since they have that Veil finished up on the puck with the Air Spirit, their team fight damage is actually
great damage,
ridiculous right now. So looking to make some aggression toward top. They're trying to force the tower with Legion Commander. XXS also has the Blink Dagger finished up already. He's actually leading his team's network.
Here we go though. KP has the blink, but immediately the silence from Baboka, making sure that KP can't get the initial play out. He will still jump forward, does manage to slam down the puck. So may not have got the massive echo he wanted in terms of an overall team, but he gets the big killer now with the backup from NEWBEE. They're fighting around the shrine. It's easy for NEWBEE to bring back up in. They take down 3 heroes.
That was... Did you see that? Okay, so he got earned, and before it ticked, he actually got the instant blink echo slam off.
I was going to say, because it looked like he couldn't blink. He was on the side. I was like, hang on.
It was literally...
How did he still blink?
It was instant that he got it off right afterwards. The earn didn't tick yet. He gets actually... Not only the perfect echo on the puck, like we were saying, that instant kind of disable on puck can be really hard for pucks to actually play around, but then the fissure actually blocks the exit path from the bounty hunter and the Leech Commander. He actually completely trapped them in there.
Really nice play from KP. I mean, you know, we said we're looking for KP to carry the game for NEWBEE. He's top of the net worth. He's doing his best at the moment.
And he's owning.
He is. I mean, he had a fantastic lane at the start, you know, and it's really starting to show, you know. Again, Baboka lands it on 2. Dream Call there to follow up as well. They'll clean up both of them. They may even get more. Kaka and Faith are in the neighborhood. IG do have the Venom ult on them. It doesn't look to scare them. They're looking to chase down. Jump forward though. KP trying to do something, but Baboka with the smash and the silence, making sure that KP couldn't get off any spells in the front line. KP will still get the kill, but now the chase down is there. Nightwish XXS is looking for him. Can he finish this one off? No, he's scared. He's terrified of the KP carry. He'll back away up top. Kaka looking for OP, but he can't get it. XXS comes in with the nuke.
The Venom Ward is going to hit OP. Oh, it actually just despawns. That may have actually almost killed him.
Okay, this game's getting pretty crazy.
That was a 4 versus 5, or 4 versus 4 and a kind of half from NEWBEE, because NEWBEE Thundershaker commits later on, but Burning that whole time is split pushing. Necro Book finished, cleans up a nice tower from them. That was definitely a big win there for IG.
Yeah,
and
Baboka got the dual damage, and Baboka.
The stun, KP actually blinks into the stun.
It's, I mean, you know, but some would say it was luck. Others would just say, you know, that's Baboka. He'll do that. He knows that you're gonna blink in. He knows that he's throwing out that stun. He knows you're there. He's rolling away. Baboka, he knows everything.
He's definitely having the performances that we used to see from him in the past, especially around the DAC era. This game, he is involved in 11 of the kills already, and he's been like perfect with his boulder smashes. 3-man, 2-man, 2-man, another 3-man. It's been really perfectly positioned by him. This is pre-puck blink dagger, where this is where you are the setup. You don't have someone setting up preemptively for you. You're the one doing it, so it's definitely very impressive coming out from him. Oogie still about to finish up that armlet finally, but they are scouted. There is a wolf sitting on top of them.
Hunting. Maybe today they may have caught some of that on that sentry when they were still in the neighborhood. So, I mean, something obviously spooked them as they do indeed back away. Tower. Mid lane, bit of a wraparound coming in. KP's in the neighborhood with the Echo. Actually going to TP back and join the rest of his team.
Yeah, they're
going to look for smoke. But hey-ho, there was an observer board on the high ground. I think it may have just clipped one on the edge.
I think the wolf actually may have...
Oh, there was the wolf still
There
there?
was a wolf on the bottom side. I think that may have actually caught him. I looked at... As soon as I looked at the vision, it actually looked at it despawned, so I wasn't able to see exactly.
Yeah, I think either way, it looks like IG are aware that that smoke's coming as they back off. Yeah, they've hit it with the scan. They certainly something showed them to back away. We'll look to jump in onto Sccc, and he is gone. There's no way that man's being saved. There's the boulder smash and the silence onto Mugi as he now just has to back up, but the Dream Core's already down. It will snap. Can they turn this one, NEWBEE? That's the question. There's the Fisher coming out. KP jumps forward, does block off the Lycan. That'll be one down. But look at this rock placement from Baboka. It's absolutely perfect. He's just laying it down, keeping the magnetize going. They'll silence him. He's got one more rock left to play with. They could go back in, IG. Kaka's going to try and chase down OP. I'm watching Baboka. He's going to do something. I can feel it. And, oh no, I've jinxed him. He still gets the smash off at least. Fisher's actually going to miss. Baboka bends the Fisher with his mind and walks off. So, NEWBEE losing 3. I mean, I think IG they're going to be happy with that again.
A couple track kills.
Get it? Yeah, track kills. You're getting a bit of dual bonus damage.
But I think the biggest thing is definitely that
What you got?
it's the Venomancer and CK just dying in all these engagements. Like Sccc is 0 and 5, and he's usually their big snowballer, and Mugi is 2 and 3 with only 65 CS on a CK.
And I think we're seeing as well, I mean, I kind of looked at the CK there, I was like, oh, Baboka silenced him before he got the ult out. But I was like, hang on, he used the ult, where's his illusions? But then it's like, well, this Legion with the overwhelming odds, it just destroys. The illusion, I don't think they were there alive for more than a second.
I think he got one reality rift attack with them, and then they died.
They just go. We'll get the tower here in the middle lane, NEWBEE, but game 2 certainly look a lot more promising for IG in heavy comparison to game 1. So we are seeing a much closer affair between these two sides. So yeah,
Baboka's owning
7-1 and 6.
Yeah, 7-1 and 6. Almost has a Yule Scepter finished up, almost level 12. So the damage from Magnetize actually, it only looks like a lot less because it's only 25 more, but it's a lot more because of the fail and also because you're refreshing it over and over again.
Yeah.
So
just keep it going and going.
But his stuns and silences have been on point, absolutely.
I mean, once he has that Yule's done, he's going to be an absolute nightmare.
This could be huge.
Even at the moment. KP is still the high value one. He really is. That's the one they want to get. 4-0-3, yet to die this game.
They've done a great job of peeling any of the aggression and anything off of Burning, though. They've been running around like S4, making stuff happen everywhere, while Burning just is completely caught up. He has a full Book 3. 19 minutes. That's pretty damn good after having such a kind of shaky start. Like, he was in a hard matchup.
Shaky start. I see what he did there, folks.
Yeah, I tried. That one actually took me a little bit of thought process.
17 to 12.
So Mugi almost Echo Saber finished up, but yeah, this is looking like IG should definitely have a big advantage coming into the next 5 or so minutes. I think the Blink Dagger was also picked up for the puck, so
yeah. It's just out.
So how long for... We have 10 seconds till nighttime, though. This could definitely change it up. The Hood is finished up, too, for Kaka. So this is going to be all about who gets the jump first in this one.
Mugi's actually going to reveal himself. So the Wolves there. So they know that the rest of the team's almost certainly smoked around him. With that's Chaos Knight popping out from him. They're actually going to try and fight. You know, IG on the high ground. They know they've got the better position.
They got vision of KP, and they got the track on him now, too.
So now, yeah, it becomes very hard for NEWBEE to really do anything with this movement. IG aware of what's going on. Themselves away. Baboka has got that Yule Scepter out on the Courier. And IG are certainly ready to try and catch someone. They've got the Blade Mail complete on XXS. Fantastic lockdown, of course, with that ult. And as we've seen, not really too much that NEWBEE can do to save someone that gets dueled. Yes, they've got the Crippling Fear miss chance, but with the Blade Mail, it doesn't matter if you can't hit yourself. There's still numerous ways that IG can get that kill for duel.
Still pretty close, though. It's only a 2,000 gold lead still for IG, and only a 1,000 experience in lead, actually. It's very close. But that also, of course, is the Venomancer 30% experience gain. He gets a lot extra. And I mean, Sccc still, that's it. I'm still in the same concern. Is the CK and the Venomancer are the ones who are not really becoming that scary force in comparison to this Lycan Legion Commander puck. Just comparing cores, definitely looking like IG is looking with a clear-cut advantage for the time being. We all just kind of... Actually, both teams kind of just playing around each other, not really wanting to get smoked up on and just exploded or engaged on.
Smoke from IG. They're backing up Burning in this middle lane. Looking for a bit of a bait play. But yeah, NEWBEE, They're going to go for a smoke themselves. They still have one. Doesn't look like they do actually have a smoke of their availability. At least they haven't got one out on them.
Nice work by IG. They see majority of the members from NEWBEE. They're getting ready to jump.
IG certainly coming in with the upper hand here. They're going to look towards Kaka. The silencer, he comes out in time, so XXS doesn't get the duel off. Burning, making a beeline straight away for the Shaman, but KP's in with the Echo Slam, trying to hold back the Lycan. There's the old pop by Mugi. Fisher to clip onto Burning, still on the way out. No one to yet fall on the side of both of these teams. IG back away, Dream Coil connection onto Kaka only.
That was Echo Slam committed.
It was.
It was a Dream Coil
did
too,
save the Shaman's life.
Yeah.
But other than that, not a lot else going down. I mean, in terms of what's committed, both sides did drop a lot. You know, Magnetize was down, Dream Coil obviously, and the ultimate from Lycan. Team getting too much out of that one. Rather deep play as well, of course, from IG, as they're still yet to take that tier 1.
The longer cooldown ultimates that were expended were from IG. Or from NEWBEE, sorry. Kaka
is now on his own. He does, of course, have this hood, and I'll give him a little bit of beef. Is it enough beef? It's going to be close. Okay, there we go. XXS with the cutoff comes in, does manage to find the duel. KP and Sccc are there, but Baboka, 2-man boulder smash. Mugi comes in with a Hex Run Faith. They will claim the kill on Legion. Nothing that Baboka could do there to save his teammate. It's the bigger kill, certainly being that NEWBEE can claim. Taking down that XXS Legion commander, using the support Night Stalker in return. Q eyes on to Sccc. Very low, doesn't want to mess around too much with this.
He's playing super well. 5-0 and 3 still. He's just being the rock for his team that they really need right now.
And it's, I mean, I can imagine KP is loving it as well. As we've been saying from the draft onwards, it's a lovely game for an Earthshaker.
Yep. I mean, it's definitely looking like IG's game so far, but that doesn't mean the NEWBEE's out of it by any means. Their hero scale, super hard. Venomancer becomes this impossibly hard to kill hero once he starts like getting to the later stages now. Level 15, the health bonus, about to have the halberd finished with the hood. He's becoming a lot tankier. And the same thing with the CK. CK hits a point where you can't deal with the illusions. Like, even if you have so much spell damage, and like, once you get to like the heart, you just can't kill him.
And look at this, he's found it. XXS quick with the duel, catches Kaka on the sidelines, and IG are going to look for more. Burning with the ultimate, ready to chase down, look towards Faith. KP's there with a Fisher block off. Holds back the speed chicken dog as he's back out of the chicken form. Hex flares off, jump forward with the Dream Coil, catches 2. Faith throws down the walls, trying to hold them back. On the sideline, they are going to find the catch out. But KP comes in with the Echo Slam, takes not only 2, but setting up for a triple kill for Mugi. And that's what we're talking about, Fogged. It's
the melee heroes.
It's absolutely the dream for KP. He just has to walk up, jump in, bash that R button, and IG are rolling back to their graves. And he's not done yet. He's chasing down for more. He's going to give XXS a bit of a tickle, but realizes he probably doesn't want to do that.
I was so worried for Mugi for a second, and then, yep, the clump happens, and the perfect 4-man Echo comes out.
Securing that triple kill as well for Mugi. You know?
Yeah,
as you said, he's been struggling a little bit, getting that massive cash inflow.
It was a bit of an aggressive play, though, by IG, right? The Tier 1 tower is still alive, and they're still diving for that, diving to the Tier 2 over and over again. They're expending book, and they're really just trying to like push super hard. They did have a pick off there, too.
Yeah.
Kaka was dead. They could have maybe just taken the Tier 1 and been happy for it, but they really wanted to claim some big kind of kills and just run through it, and maybe go for a Roche after, but, yep, big plays by KP, just not allowing that. It's literally KP versus Baboka show.
KP versus Baboka. That's what I'm saying. I love it. 2 great players in their own right. And we're seeing it this game. 7-2 and 7 on the Spirit. The Spirit versus the Shaker. Who is going to make the bigger plays? So far, it's pretty much neck and neck. We saw there, yeah, definitely this Echo Slam that you've got to be so worried about. They can't let that happen again. You get 3 or more heroes caught in Echo, it's pretty much game over in terms of that team. You're not coming back into it.
Especially, I mean, as long as the CK is alive. But
sure, yeah.
He needs to be able
some sort of damage, yeah.
They got to keep CK alive. I mean, Mugi's getting to the point where he's going to be a big problem. Level 15, the Echo Saber is online. He's only 2,500 HP, so the illusions are still nukeable. But the Heart will definitely be the thing that pushes it through. The Heart in level 20 will probably come out at similar times, so you get that bonus 12 stats and the Heart, which will be very nice for those illusions. Sccc also still getting good levels, because he survived, actually, I'm pretty sure, that entire engagement. So with that 30% bonus experience, he got like 2 full levels from it. Bottom lane, Faith. Bye-bye.
Shaman out on his own. Bouncy shuriken to the face, and well,
He'll buy some.
I mean, he's buying a fair.
Oh my god, but KPB's coming in now too. Oh no!
No way! Oh my god!
He's alive!
Oh my!
He's alive!
I can't believe it.
He's
I
alive.
can't believe KP the God saving. I mean, Faith himself was some.
I can't.
He
No.
kept his cool there.
I can't believe he's. No way.
Oh my.
The medallion.
The medallion.
The medallion just saved his life.
The stats from the. Oh, no, you don't get any stats on stick.
Well, he's got the 200 health from the level 10
200
talent.
health.
We'll
There
put
we
that
go.
one in.
We'll give it.
That was beautiful. KP's always just in the right
KP.
place at the right time, though. But Faith, I like how he didn't just give up his life, right? He just like he recognized he's like, maybe I can actually make something of this, and does. Boulder smash coming in from Baboka.
I mean, can they contest this without the puck? I don't know if they can. I mean, Mugi's falling kind of low with the walls down with KP. KP's on set. No, he's going for it. Oh no, he's jumped in. He gets immediately hexed.
Where's the Aegis?
Where's the Aegis? No one's picked it up. There we go. Finally picked up by. No, he's not picked up.
I can't find it.
Where's the Aegis?
It's stuck.
Where the hell's the Aegis? Where is it?
It's stuck inside the
Oh,
wards.
it's in the wards.
He's trying to get it.
It's there.
He can't click it. He can't click it.
Get the ward.
He actually just can't click
get
it.
the Aegis.
I can't click it. I'm
The
trying.
Aegis is still there.
Burning Zone in now again too. He gets stunned
Oh
up.
no! What is happening?
The Boulder smash from
Not
Baboka on
burning.
3.
Can he break through to the Aegis? The Aegis is in. No! The Aegis is
They
still on
can't
the
get
floor.
it. I can't believe
Baboka's
this.
trying to get it.
They're gonna get it. IG's gonna get the Aegis.
They got the Aegis.
Oh my god!
Oh
I can't
my
believe
God.
that just happened.
What is going on in this game? We got it. Oh, the longest Aegis snatch I think I've ever seen. With 10 heroes in the pit, NEWBEE losing everyone.
Who bought back? So Baboka bought back, and was that it?
I think Faith's getting kicked. He put the wards there. Come on, you've got to be careful with your placements, sir. Don't put him over the Aegis.
Dude, I'm like sitting there trying to zoom in the whole time too.
I was trying to see where it was.
I couldn't click on it. I literally could not click on it. So they were in the same position. That's actually absurd. So okay,
The next level unintentional block of the Aegis with the Shadow Shaman wards. I mean, I think Faith's not going to even be annoyed at himself. He's just going to be laughing. He's going to be like, "What the hell happened there?"
that's probably both teams, yeah.
Like,
Because
what
I think that you could see like Faith was trying to kill
Oh,
it. I
man.
think with his serpent wards, right? He looked like he was trying to attack the Aegis desperately, and he's like, I can't attack
You can't
it.
even. You couldn't.
I can't
target it.
deny the Aegis. It's just untargetable.
Oh my goodness. What is this game? This is great. Yeah, 29 minutes in, 22 to 25.
I just lost track of like
OP.
I don't even know
I
who won the
wasn't
fight.
even watching the team fight. I was
think
just watching
NEWBEE-
the Aegis, then suddenly 9 people were dead. I was like, okay.
I think NEWBEE overall came out ahead, but they didn't get the Aegis, so that's like the little bit of denial thing there. But the CK still overall lived throughout the majority of the situation, has the Reaver online, building toward the heart. So he's looking good. Everyone else got a good chunk of gold too. It's just that was KP's first death.
Yes, they finally brought down that shaker. KP though, not meant to be shaking off his stride as he's searching around.
I can't believe the succession of events. Faith living bottom with that
I mean,
beautiful shackle play, and then his unfortunate wards make his team not get the
It was
Aegis,
like,
right? Like,
what's
it's
that? It was like Final Destination, though. You know what I mean? Like he should have died, and then he does die, and he gets incredibly screwed over as well, and with the whole team there with an unfortunate wall placement.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone is watching him. The punishment hit for surviving that bottom lane.
So levels coming out. SCCC almost level
Look
20.
at KP. KP's just walking all over where everyone's.
He's almost got his BKB finished too. That's going to be really nice for him to just have those clean setups without worrying about some casual spells coming out. How's Burning doing? Burning does have the BKB finished too with that book, and going to be building toward what looks like a Maelstrom to be able to force those lanes out and to be able to deal with those CK illusions. That could be an adjustment that he's trying to make.
Oh, that's a bit of an interesting one. I don't remember last time I've seen a Maelstrom and I like it. But I like it, yeah, Burning, bringing a bit of his own flair to the game. Or get the courier KP. Yeah, nah, it's just going to XXS, isn't it?
He's playing so deep right now, though.
I mean, I guess, I mean, you could farm up the BKB, but what he just says I mean, he's already got obviously enough items to do what he needs to.
They have a ward in the mid lane, so
Yeah.
they do see kind of everyone around, but they're all just still farming. They don't want to fight into the Aegis just yet. They want to wait till that expires, and then they can start to make an engagement happen. So Aegis should be getting reclaimed in about a minute and a half.
Here we go, look at this, puck with the bots onto the wall, some next level plays here as they close the gap onto Kaka. IG surrounding him with 4, securing the dual win for XXS. He gets himself bumped up to the plus 72 now. Kill is successful, and that's the Kaka Night Stalker down for 50 seconds. Oogie. Very close to having that heart though.
That's going to be really nice.
That's
And level
gonna be
18.
pretty
Yeah. that level 30 Phantasm plus Heart is going to be pretty hard for IG to bring down. The Aegis is getting reclaimed about 45-50 seconds. Did he kill the courier?
Yeah, that lost a lot on. That had, what, like a 4-star? It had the mech recipe.
Oh, he gets his TP cancelled though by Q while he's going back.
Oh.
He's in a weird spot. The boots of travel coming out from Puck. He does get the disabled.
Oh, he's got an Echo!
He's going to blink out too?
No,
oh, he didn't get the blink off though.
I think they're going to be able to punish him for that. They've got the silence. He's pretty beefy.
Can he get the enough body blocks?
Can he actually live through this?
He should die.
He's done. There's a hungry wolf coming his way. They'll get the duel win as well. So they do punish him. And that's actually the shaker down for 70 seconds. I mean, they can still get stuff done themselves with just a bounty down.
If he had like blinked out and everything there too, that would have been pretty cool.
Did spend up the money on the BKB as well.
Yeah.
So that's why he's not going to buy back. So he's going to have that for the next defense.
That's very worthy. He literally just forced everybody out of the mid lane to go chase him during all that. And that was IG's Aegis push. So no more Aegis. Echo Slam was expended, but still Mugi was farming during all that, right? The Heart's finished. Sccc as well, also just pulling ahead. So I think that's not really too big of a loss. It's just like whatever. Faith as well. Solar Crest finished up, and now he's pushing. Faith looking pretty good on his items and his everything for him so far.
But I think he's going to do his best though to farm up these wards. So they get quite a fair few of them. Before I get the tower, it's close.
It's in deny range.
Deny. Easy.
That's map control. It's just perfectly good use of the wards.
Faith. He's clenching his butt cheeks it. But he knows.
They're just quick stare down really quick.
Just sensing it. So yeah, Faith will be mercifully to escape. The seconds till that TP's back off.
But Boca's set up down bottom. Level 18, like we said, they have the boots of travel on the Puck, so maybe he'll wait for one of the weaker heroes, the Shadow Shaman or someone to show down here and they can try to go for a setup for him. Puck TP. But it looks like maybe he's trying to gather, going for that smoke play, since they have hit some pretty peak timings with the Solar Crest on Faith, as well as the big items, of course, which is Mugi's Heart and level 18.
On, here we go. KP ready with the Echo Slam. He'll be ready to make the move. They're coming through the mid lane.
Did you hear it? The Radiant has scanned.
I'm not. It's really quiet.
I heard it that time. So Sccc reveals himself mid and starts forcing the lane out, so it's not so obvious because the other side lanes are being pushed so heavily, but it is pretty obvious. IG definitely knows that something is up. No one's showing in those two side lanes that are pretty much at their tier 2 and tier 3 towers. And yeah, NEWBEE goes back to just kind of farming, getting some nice deep aggressive wards out in the meantime too.
Something that RG is seeming to be very good at, reading the smoke movements of NEWBEE these series.
IG's getting very farmed. That's the one thing, is that their cores are all keeping up really well, and actually even better so than the side of NEWBEE, because they do get a couple track kill advantages. They also, of course, that age is giving them some leeway, but yeah, XXS is about to have the Halberd finished up. Those 3 cores are very high skilling, and now Gem picked up by Baboka. Looks like IG's trying to put some aggression coming out so they can fight around that next rush, because that is definitely the next big timing for these two teams, the Aegis and the Cheese.
Taking him down, and indeed they won't. They get him.
Burning actually pops the book as well there, so I guess he wanted to check for some wards, but they do have a gem anyway. A little bit curious of the book usage because they don't have a tower to gain out of it afterwards, but I guess he was just trying to see if like any wards or something in the area.
I still got a little bit of time, maybe they can get some use out of it. It doesn't look like they're heading straight down the mid lane, so...
Yeah, at least it's okay. They're just going to have to wait like 60 seconds. So Roche does spawn right away, though. Don't think IG scouted it. That is a pretty fast respawn. I think that's one of the fast ones.
Check it out now, by the looks of it. Burning.
Got the book still up, so it ends up being pretty beneficial now, too. And they're going to start it. 11 seconds without the Night Stalker. This should drop very quickly.
KP's close, though. And the question is if he heads down him. At the moment, it looks like he's just looking to cut the creep wave, so... With that move, he's unlikely to get her in time. As he's actually TP back to the base to join his team, and they may go for a smoke themselves, and they do, but it's going to be all too late. IG.
That fast respawn really screwed NEWBEE there. There's almost an instant respawn, and they give it to XXS as well. Now 2. Burning with Cheese. Starting to get a big amount of items.
He could still go for something though. He's looking for a jump. Oh, that blink out from XXS! I can't believe he got out. blinking out just in time. I mean, KP got the echo off. They'll drop down the ultimate here from Sccc, but Burning chasing down, looking for Kaka, but Kaka's got wings and dogs don't fly. There's the silence and disarm onto the Lycan. Had to run himself away. We'll go back up to the high ground where they do get the bigger kill. Get Mugi. Now they'll look for more. They'll come back. They'll look for Kaka, and the Lycan says, "Where's your wings now, buddy?" And Faith says, "I got you, Night Stalker." But OP jumps forward, and despite Faith's best attempts with this shackle, it's not enough to save his teammate. He'll end up going down as well as IG moving upon him. And with 4 down on NEWBEE, only Mugi with buyback available. This could get pretty grim for them now. IG with a very strong push at their ready.
Ooh, taking the fight into the Aegis. They felt like they kind of needed to there, but yeah, it's Aegis and Cheese, and I believe also what Puck bought back, or no, I thought I saw one bot, Bounty Hunter bought back. Sorry. So pretty tough. They had to expend the Cheese, but yeah, XXS with that quick blink out, like you said.
That was absolutely instantaneous.
Still would have been really hard for them to win that fight because it is an Aegis on the Legion there, and CK now with Phantasm expended. This looks like it could actually just be like 2 sets of racks now.
This is a painful loss. Off the back of that fight, Burning not messing around, gets the ult back out so he can speed up this siege from IG. Middle lane they go now. Actually, it looks like they're respecting the respawns. They aren't going to stick around and poke around anymore. They know the shrine's still here, and yeah, they play it safe. Get rid of that. Make sure there's no chance of them being pincered in towards the base of NEWBEE.
It's smart. It's patient.
Yeah.
They still have the Aegis and Cheese. They know it's more, or they still have the Aegis, sorry, and they probably expect that NEWBEE won't make like an aggressive play into that because they're still, they're in a very commanding position. So,
well, Echo's back up in 5, so NEWBEE could try and go for an instant response, but you're right. It's hard, and IG are prepared.
Yeah, it's into Aegis, and Burning's been doing a really good job of scouting with these wolves. As he's doing right away, instantly he's starting to send them into where he expects NEWBEE to be. He's scouting out both Mugi. I think he actually caught a glimpse of KP there for... Actually, no, it's nighttime, sorry. No, he did actually catch a glimpse of him. Okay, I was switching the sides of view. Didn't see him for a moment, so now they've got all the information they need. Glyph is on cooldown. It's time to siege with the Necrobook.
Let's see how they can put a stop to this one. KP is there on the sideline, shadow-bladed up, waiting for the perfect time to jump in with the Echo. We'll throw out Fisher for now, putting a bit of a stop to IG's push, but the tier 3 already falling incredibly low in this middle lane. IG getting a lot done. IG continues to back off, chance to take down another shrine. No need for them to rush it with this comfortable 10k gold lead they have at the moment.
Yeah, it's looking hard. Like, even though, like I was saying, like the CK with the heart can be very hard to bring down the illusions, but if you're this far ahead with your cores, it can make it a lot easier. Just because how much damage comes out, how much magical, and how just buff the Legion Commander really is versus it too. Being able to clear them much faster when he has these type of items, he can actually stand toe to toe pretty well versus that CK. AC almost finished up for Burning. Puck about to be level 25 as well. Puck is already super rich. This guy is just going to be...
He's going to go through the roof there.
Yeah, he's going to really get ridiculous.
I'm assuming he takes the full 20. Do you think he definitely does, or
I've seen
an argument for orb speed here?
I've only seen S4 take the orb speed out of like any player. I saw like
no one else does.
I saw Papita from like one of the Argentinian teams. He went for it, but like other than that, I think it's literally like S4 is the only one who I've seen go for the orb speed. Oh, GPM.
We'll see what OP feels is the best this game. They're feeling confident, and feels the money is not an issue. Having the track hold and such, maybe they could make an argument for. But I mean, 420 is just such a ridiculously high amount, and he sticks with it.
Especially when he's got like these type of heroes on his team, right? He can give them. He can give the Legion Commander and like in moon shards very early, and it can be incredible. Cool.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 2 fantastic moon shard counts.
Go, IG. Still got some time on that Aegis, about 25 more seconds to force that tier 2. Couple extra items being delivered, like the AC for the Lycan. How is anything on NEWBEE? NEWBEE's pretty much stagnated. They're all kind of trapped in their base during all this because they don't want to get picked off by this heavy ganking lineup from IG with the bots on the puck and those wolves being such a nuisance, just scouting out all the rotations from NEWBEE. Yeah, OP. Starting to pick up those Dagons. Dagon 3 right away.
Straight up to level 3.
Just the Dagon 4.
You've got the money on the puck. Just put time out for XXS. The Maelstrom done. Nearly got Vlad's as well on the Boca. So getting everything. What could be this final push from IG. Just these heroes out in NEWBEE.
It'll probably be similar to the last one, going for the fight around the Roche pit before they try to go for that crazy high ground. But now NEWBEE, they do pick up a gem of themselves, so they're like, we've been pretty much trapped in our base for the last like 5 or 6 minutes. We've got to do some control, get some map control going out, so take a look for those wards. And they found, I think, one. It was about to despawn, but just kill one of them.
Rune to be taken by KP. Roshan, indeed, even the minimum timer is still a few minutes away. Could continue to just see this sort of safe, slow pace from both sides, as you mentioned before. That's up.
IG wants to take a fight. They're stronger, so taking a fight before the rush should be ideal for them. They do go for the smoke. They're actually so strong right now too. Saboka level 21.
Gold lead. That really is quite something.
It's quite an item advantage, and even a level advantage too. About 11,000 experience for them. And with the wolves constantly running around and scouting around the map, they know it's like newbies in their base. They just know this from all the information they're getting from burning. He's been doing a very good job of keeping his wolf scouting.
Sccc tries to jump in for the duel, will manage to catch out Kaka on the Night Stalkers. They'll take down one, wards dropped by Faith. KP and ult being popped by Burning, trying to get himself on the way back out. KP looks to see if he can get the Echo Slam connection. Doesn't get it, but it does force IG back. So only getting the one. Do force the wards out, but at the same time, you know, they're using multiple BKBs, ultimates themselves. And it is just a Night Stalker, but
I think they forced the Phantasm there too, did they not?
Oh, sorry, you're right.
Yeah, the Phantasm.
Oh, you're right. Okay, that's the big one. Yeah, I didn't quite catch that. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's the one that they're probably like really happy about. If the Roche spawns in the next minute or so, that can be pretty much a clear-cut Roche for IG.
Yeah, you're right. That's a big victory. Yeah, if the Roshan spawns soon.
If it spawns.
We'll see how the RNG goes this game.
It did spawn instantly last time, and it was super advantageous for them. So we'll see if it's this time around too. So Puck, Dagon
Max
5.
Dagon, let's go.
So he is 6 slotted, I believe, now on Puck. You can get the bots too, and of course like the Moonshine and stuff, but he'll probably want to give the Moonshines to his teammates first. Oh yeah, he's quite a threat.
Oh, look at this. Onto the wolf they go.
Yeah.
Catching out Mugi outside of the base. And they have certainly got the damage with Burning's presence. That'll be Mugi down for 75 seconds. Already moving over to the mid. XXS getting the catch onto SCCC.
Solos him.
That will be a second down. They've got to buy back.
They've got to buy back.
Yeah. They know that Roshan's going to be up soon as well, and letting IG have the Roche for free.
It spawns
could be pretty
2:45, so it's one of the longer respawn timings. But now everybody on the side of IG is... These kills mean so much because it's track kills, and people are getting so much level advantage. So everyone's getting closer and closer to those level 25s. Level 18 on Bounty, but the big 25 is definitely Burning. He's now got the 33-second duration on Shapeshift.
They should find the tier 3 as well with his Necro units moving in. Gaka trying to clear them out. Tower is down, getting heavily zapped as well by that Dagon. Get himself back, pops the Shrine. 25 seconds and they'll have Mugi back in the game. And of course when he is up, he will have Phantasm back off cooldown.
Yeah, still tough to push into Fissure, Shadow Shaman Nuke plus the 3x Plague Wards. But that was a buyback which was forced from the Venomancer. IG just definitely looking to be commanders of this game, 25k lead, having full map control for the last, I want to say, about 12-15 minutes or so, 11 minutes.
It seems to be it, doesn't it? Yeah, with this lead that they're getting and how pressured NEWBEE have been waiting on their high ground.
And it's just getting worse. It's getting higher and higher. 25k gold and also 20,000 experience lead.
Success. Mugi is going to come out here, and they see that as a perfect opportunity to jump straight in. That is just CK down.
That's your one.
Yep, just like that, disappearing.
Decimated.
Oh my goodness.
176 dual damage now, and with the Vlad's he gets doing 500 damage per hit on that Legion.
If they can get anything off the back of it. I mean, even though they get a big kill like that, looks like IG aren't too set on trying to force out the buyback directly. They really want to get that Roshan.
Yeah,
and it is just the fact that the longer respawn certainly is. It's benefiting NEWBEE, you could say, because if IG had got this Aegis anytime sooner, you could be seeing multiple sets of racks being knocked out. But this is giving NEWBEE a little bit of time. I mean, it's questionable, of course, how much they can do with time, with the way that IG are gaining this sort of a lead.
Yeah, they're
27,000 net worth lead. It's not looking to close.
I mean, they can't even get out of their base. The Wolves are scouting all over the place, bounty hunters well throwing tracks, and it's every time they get like this one kill. It's a one kill, but it's a track for the most part. So it's like a five-man track. It's extra 600 gold or extra 500 math. It's like extra 750 gold from the track if you get like a 5-man track or something like that. So just leaves them to have full map control. Just still very content sitting around that Roche pit.
It's back up now,
the GPM just becomes worse and worse as it scales, right? Like Puck just gets more and more to be able to give to his
NEWBEE
teammates.
coming.
Can
they get a jump? I mean, there needs to be perfect, but already KP's being tracked up. XXS jumping, and will get rooted by the neutral ancients here. But KP's surrounded, gets Jewel taken down. Goodbye Earthshaker, and goodbye Moore. Faith ripped to pieces. Mugi pumps the ultimate, looking to try and turn, but him himself falling low does drop. They've had 2 buybacks coming out of NEWBEE, but Kaka falls. There's the Echo Slam, but it's not enough at this stage of the game. Sccc trying to fight back with a Maelstrom, but he gets zapped down by the Puck's Dagon. They have managed to kill off 2. KP gets the gem. They actually gives them the vision there onto the bounty hunter. And I'll tell you what, okay, triple kill for Sccc. Somehow, NEWBEE do hold on to the game. It did cost them buybacks.
2 big buybacks, the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman.
But they do hold. I mean, they force IG back, 3 of them down to the sidelines for a good minute or so. Only OP and XXS left. I say only, of course this is an XXS that's walking around with 200 stolen damage.
Yeah.
And the more buybacks are going to have to come out indeed. Mugi Poxes can't afford to lose a second set of racks at this stage.
Ooh, but now he can't afford to lose a second set of racks, but now he has been
Where's that AC?
stagnated.
Yeah, where's that AC at?
He got the heart a long time ago and he hasn't been able to finish up the AC. He's very squishy versus the side of IG now at this point. That pretty low armor now in comparison to them, only 20. They itemized really well.
This is a pretty insane net worth.
Yeah, it's really hard for them.
I mean, the fact that they have a 35k net worth lead and they're not claiming the racks and winning the game, that's probably good news for NEWBEE. You know what I mean? They're like, well, these guys they're 35k ahead of us, but they can't finish the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's good news in that context, but in the winning the game context, they're probably like, yeah, this is a pretty unwinnable now at this point. They have to like pretty much hope that IG makes massive mistakes for them to kind of come back because of how behind everybody is now. Just a 35,000 gold lead. That says enough.
And what we got on the Puck is I don't think he's started to deal out any moonshots yet.
Not just yet.
He's got enough money to do so. I think. Stop being stingy.
Everyone ever placed the Veil first. Possibility. He still can get one more big item before he wants to give items.
To the pit.
They're scouted from the Wolf.
They just can't close this gap to jump in. IG get the space again to take Roshan, grab the Aegis and Cheese. And now, you gotta get yourself back to base, NEWBEE. Get yourself on that high ground, try and play it safe. Mugi's been caught out though by the Dream Coil, does have the ultimate. And it looks like, can he actually get out? They're holding him in place with the Yule Scepter. Won't actually throw out the Boulder Smash, so Mugi does get himself back up to the high ground. NEWBEE still, all 5 of them alive, ready for this defense.
This time it's another Aegis and Cheese, so this one, Shapeshift has still got about half duration, but it looks like they want to make sure that the lanes are very heavily pushed out. They really don't want to throw their lead away, because they're probably like, we're at such an advantage. Just patience.
Just super safe play from RG, no doubt about it. No messing up. It's all Octarine. Actually,
so he did buy his own item. Yeah. I was thinking like maybe he still wants to replace that last item. Yeah, it was. Octarine is lovely with all his items. Dagon is an 11-second cooldown. Pretty sweet. NEWBEE still just cannot leave their base. Mugi's trying really hard to farm bottom, but those are just those super creeps which don't really give you the greatest amount of gold, although it's always pushing into your line, you just don't get that good gold. IG just still waiting at the front doors.
Got Ags on Baboka as well now. Save and positioning potential. Now there. See how it comes into that. The push. XXS jumps in immediately. Bishop to try and slow him down. KP in with the Enchant Totem. They will disarm him and hex him. They bring him down a little bit, but he gets dragged back by Baboka. He will be fine. They try and go for a split push up top with the Necro, and they come again. They've got the Shackle. They drag him back here with the Rift. Wards are down. They'll take the Legion down once. XXS will be back for round 2. Can NEWBEE kill him off? I mean, up top's going to be the issue where Burning is just manning up, looking for the rat. Trying to take down those racks. Won't quite get them.
Oh, Baboka? That save?
Did he do it with the stone?
Yeah, because he's level 25, he has the Geo pull for allies, but then he also has the Aghanim, so he pulled XXS, turned him to stone, and kicked him back as they were trying to get the initiation on him split. That was really nicely done. Burning also starting to pressure that top tower, kind of made NEWBEE kind of like react there, so they got kind of split decision with if they wanted to full commit onto the Legion or not.
He's got a DD now as well, so Burning can certainly go in for round 2 at this split.
That was the Phantasm expanded too, so now they can really force it.
They found Kaka, and he is gone. No buyback on this man. Sccc trying to come forward, does get caught out by the Dream Coil on the side. Those shackles there, but again the drag back. Baboka saving Q. They're gonna lose one. KP gets the BKB off just in time. They will manage to drag back in the midst of it all, but KP just gets absolutely evaporated there by IG. 3 down on NEWBEE. Mugi getting chased down. None of them with buyback available. They're going to be team wiped, and that should be the game, and indeed it is. So IG getting themselves the game back in return after a very rocky start against NEWBEE in game 1.
Do you think maybe
1-1?
That Aegis, that one situation where NEWBEE couldn't pick up the Aegis, AG gets an Aegis, and that's really where the whole kind of swing around started coming from IG.
I guess it didn't really come through from that.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I mean, IG with their lineup, XXS having a very solid game on the Legion.
He played awesome.
And of course Baboka, from the start to the finish, from the plays to the saves.
They played much better overall as a team. You could see their communication was key, Burning was scouting with Wolves, everybody was doing their job pretty much, so very well played by IG. NEWBEE just seemed to struggle a bit this time around.
Absolutely. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1 between IG and NEWBEE. Don't go anywhere, we're going to have more Dota 2 here at the TI7 group stages right around the corner. We'll see you in a few minutes.